Okay, everyone, so this is the week 6 AMS for math for meets tomorrow. Just a reminder, calculators are allowed for this exam. So, for example, this one you can solve it with a calculator. I'm going to solve it by hand. I'll teach you how to solve it on a calculator after I'm done writing it. So, root negative 2a minus x, that's an a, I'm sorry, uh, equals to 3a minus 1. So you have a equals 3. So negative 2 times 3 minus x. Obviously, all of this is under the root. Equals to 3 times 3, which is going to be 9. I'm not going to bother. Minus 1, which is going to be 8. I'll write it down later. So root negative 6 minus x equals to 8. We're going to square both sides to get rid of the root. So square here and square it here. Negative 6 minus x equals to 64. So you take negative 6 to the other side. Negative x becomes 64 plus 6, which is 70. Now you to get rid of the negative, you're going to want to divide by negative 1. This negative cancels with this negative, and 70 divided by negative 1 equals to negative 70. And negative 70 is our answer. Now, how do you do this on a calculator? Let me just clear this. I have the calculator here. What you're gonna do? You're gonna do root negative 2, but I prefer to multiply in brackets, even written parts and written exams. And on my own scratch paper, I multiply with brackets. When a equals 3, so a would be 3, so negative 2 bracket 3 minus x equals to 3a, oh sorry, my bad, minus x, you press this arrow to get out of the root, equals to 3a, which in this case is 3 minus 1. So then shift calc equals, you're gonna get x equals negative 17. Now, because this is on a computer, the calculator here, this program has more memory to run quickly. But on a normal calculator, give it like 5-10 seconds, depending on your calculator. If you just see like a blank screen with nothing on it, wait for it to process, wait for it to solve. That means it's solving. If it might tell you like you put in something incorrectly, it would tell you syntax error, it would tell you math error if it's not possible, or it would tell you it would tell you the errors either way. So, and if you can't solve it, this is grade 9 material. That's the biomaterial. There we go. Here we are. Okay. Let me scroll back up on my question 7. So question 2. You want to find the LCD first, obviously. So you list down everything. But first here, this can be simplified. This simplifies into a squared minus b squared. This is a squared minus b squared because 4 is obviously 2 squared. So this can be a minus b into a plus b. Okay, so this means that here we have our x squared. Our x squared is our a term because it's squared, and 4 can be changed to 2 squared. So what you're going to want to do is put this as 2 squared. So now we have a squared minus b squared. So a minus b, x minus 2, which I wrote here, and x plus 2, which I wrote here. Okay, now this would mean that our LCD is going to be x minus 2y, or y x minus 2, doesn't matter, into x plus 2. Why I don't say x minus 2y multiplied by x minus 2 again? Because you can only write down one if it's a common factor, you only write down one of them. So either this one or this one, they're both the same either way. So write it down, you write the y down because it's its own separate factor, and x plus 2. This is our LCD. Now you're gonna want to multiply to change our fraction to from the original forms, which were a over x minus 2y minus b over x squared minus 4, into uh, into something that would have this as the denominator for both of them. So here you already have the y and the x minus 2 for this one. So what you're going to want to do is multiply by x plus 2. So x plus 2 down, x plus 2 up, which I did here. Okay, for the second one, the one with b, you already have your x minus 2, you have your x plus 2. All you're missing is your y, so you multiply y on both sides, which I did here. So our final fraction would be A multiplied by x minus 2, x plus 2, sorry, over x plus 2, multiplied by x minus 2y, minus by over x minus 2y onto x plus 2, or whatever order you want to put your factors as in the denominator. Now, if they ask, this is the answer in the exam, in the question, in the quiz. But if they ask you to simplify it more, you're gonna simplify, right? So you're gonna distribute a by x plus 2. So you're gonna have ax plus 2a minus by over your denominator. This is our simplest form, okay? This is our simplest possible form for our answer. But they didn't want it in their simplest form. They wanted it in the form of this part. So you just copy this down. You look at your options for this pretty much. If that's how you know which one to put down. Okay. Again, this they put x squared minus 4 here. I want to remind you, but x plus 2 and x minus 2 is x squared minus 2 squared, which is x squared minus 4. بس يعني they should بصراحة they should put it in a simpler form, بس whatever. Question 3, no 4 or 3. Okay. This can't be done on a calculator, my bad. But this is easy. So y equals to 3 over 4 x minus 12 plus 55. Okay. First, what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to take 55 to the other side. So you're gonna have y minus 55 equals to 3 over 4 x minus 12. Now, you want to get rid of, I don't know why I made that bracket so big. Let me just erase that. You want to get rid of the fraction here because you want to isolate x. Obviously, your step first is to get this fraction out. So what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to multiply by you want to multiply the number that would cancel out the denominator, which in this case is 4. So we're gonna put all of this in brackets, then we're gonna put 4 in brackets, just so like because this, if you were able to do this on a calculator, it wouldn't accept it if you put this in brackets and the 4 without brackets. So the 4 here cancels the 4 in the denominator. So and then akid you multiply this by 4, which you don't need right now because they didn't ask you to fully expand. So what you have right now is 4y minus 55 equals to 3x minus 12. Okay. Now, again, you want to isolate x. So your next step, logically, would be dividing by 3 on both sides. So this 3 cancels with the 3 up, and you're gonna have, this will give you 4 over 3 y minus 55 into x minus 12. Now, x minus 12, notice x minus 12 isn't alone. So x equals to x minus 12. You want to isolate x, as I said, for the past 2 steps. So you want to take the 12 to the other side. So this would be your final answer. X equals 4 over 3 y minus 55. Again, plus 12, because we took the 12 to the other side. So plus 12. This is your final answer. Let me just check 4 over 3, 1 minus 55 plus 12. Yep, okay. Question 4. Given f of x equals to f plus 4 plus 3x, what's the value of f inverse of 64? Okay, how do you find the inverse of a function? What you're gonna want to do first, you're gonna substitute y instead of f of x. So f of x became y, okay? Now, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to find x. You're gonna solve for x. So here, this one's simple. Take 4 to the other side. Y minus 4 equals 3x. You're gonna want to divide by 3 here, by 3 here. The 3 cancels with the 1 in the numerator. So x equals y minus 4 over 3. Now, what you're gonna want to do next is you're gonna want to interchange x with y. What do I mean by interchange? I mean swap. So your x becomes your y and your y becomes your x. So here we said x here, so y what becomes here, and we said there's an x here. Why? Because there was a y up there. This became interchanged into x. Okay, so now This is your inverse function. Y equals f inverse of x, which I wrote down here. Y equals f inverse of x, f inverse of x equals to x minus 4 over 3. Now just substitute 64 in here. So 64 minus 4 over 3, because x is here. 60 over 3 equals to 20. F of inverse of 64 is 20. So just erase this. Just the answer was 20. Yeah. Okay. So given f of x equals to x plus 1 over x minus 3, what's the value of f inverse of 3? Okay. Same process. F of x becomes y. You're gonna want to solve for x. So multiply by x minus 3 on both sides to cancel x minus 3. So here x minus 3. Okay, x minus 3 here cancels with x minus 3 here. And now you have x, this is of 3, not of 1, if it wasn't obvious. So now you have y, x minus 3 equals to x plus 1. Don't expand when you're writing functions. Preferably don't expand. You can, but it's going to make it complicated and you're probably not going to get the same answer as the options in the quiz. So I say that and I expanded. Okay, my bad. Um, so you expand y into x minus 3 and x plus 1. You're gonna take x to the other side, then you're gonna take 1 to the other side because you want to have x on one side, right? Ignore, even if this is yx, y is a coefficient of x, but you're gonna have x either way. So keep x on one side and keep whatever else is on the other side. So you're gonna want to factor out x now. What I mean by factor out x, if there's an x here, there's an x here. So take x out and keep whatever's in. So you took x out here. X divided yx divided by x. This is how you factor, kid. You should know. X becomes x into y minus 1 equals to 3y plus 1. So now you divide by y minus 1 on both sides. This is what you get. Now again, you interchange x with y. Y equals 3x plus 1 over x minus 1. Okay. And again, this is your inverse function. So now you're gonna want to substitute 3 because that's what they asked for. Why is this thing not erasing properly? There we go. So 3x plus 1, so 3 times 3 plus 1, which is gonna be 9 plus 1, which is 10. 3 minus 1, because x minus 1 is 2, so 10 over 2 is 5, and 5 is your answer. Okay. Question 6. Given y equals to x plus 3 over x plus 4, what's the value of x when y equals 1? This is easy, just swap y with 1, so 1 equals to 2x plus 3 over x plus 4. So multiply by x plus 4 on both sides. I don't have to repeat this again. You're gonna have x plus 4 equals to 2x plus 3. Right? Okay. So now you're gonna take the 3 to the other side, and you're gonna take the x to the other side. 2x minus x becomes x, and 4 minus 3 becomes 1. So x equals 1, and that's your final answer. Question 7. What's the value of x in the equation? Okay, this one you cross multiply. So this multiplied by 2 and all of this multiplied by 3. I'm gonna go to the copybook solution for the rest of this. Where does that cross multiply here? 7. There we go. Okay. You cross multiplied, right? So 2 times 14 minus 2x equals to 3 multiplied by 4x minus 12. You distribute the 2, and then you distribute the 3. 2 times 14 is 28. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4x. Same process here. 64. You took the 12x. You took the 4x to the other side, and you took the negative 36 to the other side. 28 plus 36 is equal to 12 plus 4x. 12x plus 4x. 16x equals to 64. X equals 4. I'm rushing through this because this is easy. And after this question, we have probability, I believe, which I need to explain. So question 8. Calculate the probability. Okay, so this is IGCSE. Now this is easy, except for this last one. This last one might trick some people, but it's generally easy. Spinner A is spun once. The probability that's shown that the number is not 6. So it's every spinner A, so that the number is not 6. This is a fair spinner. Because they say 4 sectors marked 46. They should be. It should mention that it's a fair spinner. Yani it's not biased to any side. So this is divided into four sectors, so it's gonna be something over four, right? Each probability. So we can calculate the probabilities. The probability of four is gonna be two over four because there's two sectors. Five is one over four, and six is one over four. Now that the probability that the number is not six, so not this, is gonna be one here, one here. This is not four. This is not six. This is not six, and this is not six. So 3/4. This is A. This should be fairly easy. Now B. Spinner B is spun twice. The probability that the number is spun both times, that the number 5 is both times, is k/4, where k is an integer. What's the value of k? Here, this is biased, not biased, but this has two fives. So this is gonna be, if it's spun once, the probability of 5 on spinner B. So I'm just gonna write 5b here, is equal to 1/2. Because it's 2/4, which I keep simplifies into 1/2. So now, you need 5 to be shown 5 times, like when it's spun the first time and spun the second time. So this is gonna be the probability of 5 twice. 5b, I'll just say 2 times, it's like 2 times. It's gonna be 1/2 times 1/2, which is gonna be 1/4. Now they told you k/4, where k is a constant, k would be 1. Okay, part C. That's the spinner A spun 40 times. What's the value? What's the estimate if the number is 5? So spinner A has 1/5. For the probability of 5 in spinner A is going to be 1/4. Sorry, not 1/5. So they want 40 times. Well, how many times will it be? It's gonna be 40 times 1/4. 40, this would be 40/4, which is 10. Now, the reason why it's 10, because it's not a probability. It's not going to be less than 1. If they told you what is the probability, it would be 1/4 to the power of 40, which is obviously going to be a very small number. So they're not going to ask that. This isn't ask. Okay, so for some reason, OBS cut the recording. So I had to go back. I'm going to go back and explain the 3 questions that I did. I don't know where it cut, but I think it cut here. I think it cut at part C. So I'm gonna repeat it. So you're gonna have spinner A spun 40 times. Again, we said that the probability of spinner A of getting 5 is 1/4. So it's gonna be 40 times 1/4, which is gonna be 10. Okay. So now, why is this not a probability? Why is this not less than 1 like the others? Because like 1, for example, 0.5 or whatever. Because they're not asking what is the probability that this is 5. They're asking how many times will you get 5 approximately if you spinner A 40 times. Okay, so moving on. Down spinner B until he gets the number 6. What's the value if this happens on the 4th try? Now, I made a mistake in the solutions. I made this is wrong. This is incorrect because this means that he got 6 all 4 times. There we go. Okay, but that's not what they told us. They're telling us that he failed three. Basically, what this means, if it happens on the 4th try, that means he failed 3 times, and he got the 6 on the 4th time. So, you want to find the probability, since the probability of finding k is 6, the probability of finding 6 is 1/4, or landing on 6. The probability of not landing on 6 is going to be 3/4. So we know that he didn't land on 6 the first 3 times. So what this is going to be is going to be 3/4 so he didn't land on 6 3 times because he landed on it the 4th time. So it's gonna be 3/4 cubed, because again it's gonna be 3/4 multiplied by 3/4 multiplied by 3/4, then finally multiplied by 1/4. So then you do this on a calculator, which would give you let me see, Let me click open to task. Okay, I pressed close, my bad. Here. No, okay, it's actually a good thing because it had memory in it. So 3 over 4 cubed, I'm sorry if it's slow, times by 1 over 4. So this would give you 27 over 56, which is why that's your answer. Okay. Part E. Part E is gonna get a lot of people mixed up لأنه if you're just gonna count, you're gonna find that it's not gonna be 6, it's gonna be like 4 or whatever. I don't bother counting. But what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna fill out the rest of this yourself. So 4 is gonna be 8. This is gonna be 9. This is gonna be 9. This is gonna be 10. This is gonna be 10. This is gonna be 11. 5 plus 6 is gonna be 11. 5 plus 6 again is gonna be 11. So this is just the blanks are basically the sum of this and this, or this and this, whatever. Okay. Just erase that. Okay, this is an 8. We won't even need this because the question doesn't ask for this. This is a 9. There we go. What's the value of k if the probability is the sum is even and greater than 9? Even and greater than 9. So this is not greater than 9, not greater than 9, not greater than 9. Even and greater than 9. This is not greater than 9. This is 9 is not greater than 9. Not greater than 9. Even and greater than 9. Not greater than 9. This is even and greater than 9. Even and greater than 9. This is greater than 9, but it's not even. Even and greater than 9. These two aren't even. And 12 is greater than 9 and even. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 out of 16, which is how they wanted us to express it. So that's our answer. Okay. I'm gonna skip this. You can find it on the, wait, is this 9? Question 9. You can find it here. It's the same as the other one. So I'm just gonna skip it. Drag and drop to find the correct option. This is again, this is the inverse of x. So this is the same one as the other one. Uh, I'm gonna skip it. Or actually, let me do it. Okay, ما في مشكلة. يلا, question 10. It's all of this. Whatever. يلا معلش. Again, interchange f of x with y, or sorry, put f of x in as y. So y equals 3x plus 2 over x minus 7. Multiply by x minus 7 on both sides. The x minus 7 cancels on one side, and then you're gonna have this expand. Take the x to the other side, and take the y to the other side. You're gonna have xy minus 3x equals 7y plus 2. Factor out x. Same process. Then you're gonna want to divide y minus 3 on both sides. X is equal to 7y plus 2 over y minus 3. Interchange x with y. And this is gonna be your answer. All this thing here. Okay. Again, this PDF is available for on the drive of the channel. So if you guys want to just look at this here for yourself. 7 x plus 2, okay, whatever, it's probably the right answer. Consider the function given by g of, okay, this is the quadratic general form. This has been asked every time. So this is going to be negative 3 here. Okay, if it's negative 3, that means the answer is going to be positive 3 here. When you restrict the domain. If it was, for example, 9, that's a 9. Like, please, that's not g. I don't know, that's بصراحة. X minus 2, like for example, squared. Or x plus 2, because I'm trying to give a different example. If it was like this, or no, خلاص فرد مرة, let me erase it. Basically, put your answer, put it as the opposite sign of this number. So if you have x minus 3, you're gonna want to put 3 as your answer. If you have x plus 3, you're gonna want to add a negative sign. Just put the opposite sign to your answer. Question 12. The function g is shown in the diagram below. Given that the point k negative 1 belongs to the inverse of g, what's the value of k? Now, what you have to know, a relation between the points of an inverse function and the So don't let me call them X and Y. I'll just call them N and M. N M. Okay. So this, let's just say this is points on f of x. Okay. To get the inverse points, you swap these two together. So your m becomes here, and your n goes here. Okay. This is your inverse points. M and n swap, basically. X and y swap. So your x-axis becomes your y-axis, and your xy-axis becomes your x-axis, or coordinate. Don't let me say axis. Given that k -1 belongs to the inverse of g, so this is the inverse. So k -1 is equal to f of -1 of g. Okay. So this would mean that -1k is in f of g. So obviously this is our x and y. So you're gonna want to look at -1. So this here is -1. Y would be k. This is 3. So k is equal to 3. They're gonna ask it again in the next question, I think, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they do. Okay. But I believe this is same concept. So m -1 is inverse of, it belongs to the inverse of g. So it's gonna be -1 m. So you're gonna want to look at -1 and then go up to m, which which is basically where the line is. So this is 2. This is 2. So that's our answer. Okay. Question 14. Whatever. 14, it's inverse functions. I'm not gonna solve it, but here for some reason the PDF mixed up. Here it's not in the same order. 14 is on the last page, which is very easy. Just put y, take 5 to the other side. Okay, then you're gonna want to multiply. So you're gonna have y minus 5 equals to 2 over 9 x. Multiply by 9 on both sides. 9 y minus 5 equals to 2x. Equals to 2x. Divide by, you're gonna expand, then divide by 2. So 9y minus 45 over 2 equals to x. Interchange x with y, and y is your f of inverse of x. Okay, so this is your final answer right here. If you want to look at it better, it's on the PDF, last page. We're page 15, not 15. Question 15. Another inverse question. I'm gonna skip it. Find the probability of the union. So that's question 16. Okay, so where's question 16? All the way up here, you know. Okay. There is a formula which is needed later. Here, this one's not needed yet. Because you got the correct answer anyway. But because nothing overlaps. So I'll explain the formula later. I believe it's in question, should be question 18. It is question 18. Okay. So we're in question 16 right now. We're rolling 2 dice and observing the sum. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. The probability of obtaining a sum of 12 is 1 over 36. The probability of obtaining a sum of 11 is 2 over 36. The probability of obtaining a sum of 10 is 3 over 36. And 9 is 4 over 36. Okay. So the probability, what's the probability of obtaining a sum of 9 or 10? This is, just add your two probabilities together. 4 over 36 plus 3 over 36, 7 over 36, and that's your final answer. Question 17. Just player plays 2 games against the computer. The probability of winning the first game is 0.6. The probability of winning the second game is 0.8. So okay. The probability of winning both games. So you want to win. You want the probability of the first win. And the probability of the second win. So P win 1, win 2 is equal to the probability of win 1. Let me just do this on the copybook because it's much faster. Here, so let me just erase this. It's gonna be the probability of the win of the first win multiplied by the probability of the second win. So the probability of the first win is given as 0.6, and the probability of the second win is 0.8. So 0.6 times 0.8 is 0.48. Now, I'm gonna teach you a trick to know when you multiply your probabilities and when you don't, you add. If they tell you or something that doesn't rely, or two things that don't rely on each other, you add the probabilities. But if they tell you uh and or they do rely on each other, you multiply. So for example, here this is basically saying the probability of winning the first game and the second game, so you multiply. Or another way of saying it, now these two events depend on each other, right? If you win the first one, you want to win the second one. That's what they want. So that depends. The second win depends on the first one. So these two aren't mutually exclusive. So you multiply, basically. So 0.6 times 0.8, 0.48. I said that already. Part B was the probability of losing both games. Same thing, but except you're gonna want to do the opposite. You're gonna want to multiply the probability of the losses. So the probability of the first win is 0.6, right? So 1 minus it, so you can get the probability of the loss is 0.4. Again, probabilities are out of 1. So 1 minus 0.6 is 0.4. And 1 minus 0.8 is going to be 0.2. So the probability of losing both games is going to be 0.08, because 0.4 times 0.2. Now it's the probability of winning exactly one game. This you add because there's nothing depending on another one. They just said you win one game. You could lose the other one. It doesn't depend on the loss or the win. The only condition is you're gonna want to add the probabilities that have wins in them. So again, let's get your set of probabilities. You have uh, win one and lose the second game. You have win the first game and win the second game. You have lose the first game and win the second game. And you have lose the first game and lose the second game. So this means that they only want the probability of winning one game, exactly one game. So this is gone, this is gone. It's only these two. So again, you multiply because this loss depends on this win, and this win depends on this loss. You find the probabilities of each, which I did in the copybook. So you're gonna go here, P win one, loss two, which is probability of win one times lose one. I didn't write it down because I think I did it on the calculator. But the probability of winning the first one is 0.8 and the losing the second one is 0. No, the probability of winning the first one is 0.6 times 0.2 because you lost the second one. So it's going to be 0.12, or I think it's supposed to be a 0.12 plus the probability of losing the first one, which would be 0.4 multiplied by winning by the second one, which is 0.8, which is 0.32. So you add these two together, you're gonna get 0.44. Okay, question 18 is gonna get annoying extremely quickly, so I need you guys to focus with me on this. The wheel is spun. This has sectors. Basically, add these all up together. You're gonna get 30 plus 10, which is 40, plus 23, which is gonna be 73. No, wait, sorry. 30 plus 10 is 40, plus 23, which is going to be 63, plus 20, plus 10, plus 6, plus 1, which is going to be 100. Now, بصراحة, you could do this on a calculator, but this is easy mental math. I just did it on a calculator right now, Joel, just to make sure. So part A, what's the probability that the wheel stops at a sector marked by a number larger than 10? So, what was it? Frequency, the total frequency, which is ft equals to 100. Probability of x being greater than 10. I denoted x to be the number that's greater than 10. So you have here, you have 100, you have 75, and you have 20, all of them greater than 10. The probability of getting 20 is going to be 10 over 100, the frequency. You compare the frequency over the total frequency. 10 over 100. Don't simplify, لأنه they're all going to be over 100, so أحسن شيء don't. Because you might get a number, like for example here, 1 over 100, you can't simplify it, or to get it over, which in this case would be over 10. So لا تعملها. 20 over 100, 20 over, 20 over 100, استنوا لا. 10 over 100, I said it, 6 over 100 now. plus 1 over 100. خلاص I'm just gonna go 10 over 100 plus 6 over 100 plus 1 over 100 لأنه it's the probability of this or the frequency of this I should say, and the plus the frequency of this plus the frequency of this. 1 second, I don't know why something fell. Okay, you're gonna get 17 over 100. That's your answer. B, what's the probability that the wheel stops by a sector marked by an even number? Sector marked by an even number, so it's 2, 10, 20, 100. So you find the probability of all of these, add them together. Or you can do 1 minus the probability of the odd numbers. They're complements of each other. Uh, so P2 is 10 over 100. The probability of 10 is 20 over 100. The probability of 20 is 10 over 100. And the probability of 100 is 1 over 100. You got them from the frequencies over here. So you add all these up together. 10 plus 20 is 30, plus 10 is 40, plus 1 is 41, 41 over 100. And then see, here, this is where you apply a formula. P, or even, so this A or means union. Okay, so the probability of an event A union the event B is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A intersection B. Why do you need the minus probability of A intersection B? Because so you don't like double count them. So yeah, for example, the number 100, we're gonna see this later. 100, it's even. So you're gonna add this in the probability of A, right? Because A in this case is x greater than 10. And it's so it's greater than 10, so you put it in A, and it's gonna be even, so you put it in the probability of B. So you accounted for it twice, man. So you're supposed to account for it once. So to avoid the double counting, you put this just to make sure. Same thing with I think 20. Yeah, 20. 20 is greater than 10. So that's just there. Memorize it. Don't just know that if it's an A intersection B, that means it fulfills both of these conditions. It's greater than 10 and it's even. So we got the probability of A. In this case, A is x greater than 10, which was x greater than 10 is going to be 17 over 100 plus x is even, which was 41 over 100. So 17 over 100 plus 41 over 100 minus the probability of A union B, A intersection B. What's A intersection B? The 10, 20 and 100. So 10 over 100 plus 1 over 100. So 21 over 100. Or 11 over 100, sorry. So then you do this on a calculator. I'll do it right now. 40. Since they're all over 100, I can just put them without the numerator, without the denominator, and put the denominator later. 70 plus 41 minus 10 plus 1 is 11. 47. 47 over 100 is your answer. Okay. This question, the one for this is a top question. It came in the SAT, I think. I don't know, but it was in the course revision as an SAT question. So, this is 4.8. This is L. Let's call this part here. Let's call it X. Okay. And now, here they told you if the ladder slides 1.6 meters with its top end touching the wall, it will be lying flat. So X plus 1.6 here, because this X and then it's slanted, right? With this distance X. But if you add 1.6 meters to this, if you push this by 1.6 meters, it will be completely flat. So it's X plus 1.6 meters, which means uh x plus 1.6 meters or 1.6 is equal to L, right? Because if it's lying flat, L is equal to all of this. So now you can use the Pythagorean theorem. L squared equals 4.8 squared plus x squared. Now we know that L is equal to x plus 1.6 to x plus 1.6 is equal to 4.8 squared. Oh, this is x squared, sorry. 4.8 squared plus x squared. Okay, this is squared again. So now you put this on a calculator. I did it on paper just to explain to you guys on the PDF. So as you can see, it's gonna take a while if you want me to do it on a paper. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna solve it on a calculator, and if you want to see how it's done on the paper, you can go and check here. But either way, this can be done on a calculator and it's so much easier. So x plus 1.6 equals to L, but we don't need that, we can only need this equation. X plus 1.6 squared where's the squared? Equals to 4.8 squared plus 8 squared. Shift calc equals, you're gonna get, I made a mistake, didn't I? Oh yeah, what? It's the answer. Oh my god, my bad. Alpha, okay, to get x shift calc equals to, what did I do wrong now? Oh wait, no, yeah, that's right, that's right. I found, my bad. You found this 6.4. Now 6.4, x is equal to 6.4. So what you can do now is you can either sub this into the Pythagorean theorem again, so 4.8 squared plus 6.4 squared is equal to x is equal to L squared, or you can use this first equation. 6.4 plus 1.6 is equal to L. So 6.4 plus 1.6 equals to 8. So 8's our answer because by the first equation. So we basically found x, then we used it in this. What you can do though, which I didn't do this by the way, I did on a copybook, I did by hand, and that's not what I got. I did it in a different way basically. But this way works as well. What you can also do is you can sub this into the Pythagorean theorem. So 4.8 squared plus 6.4 squared. Let me turn that this way. 6.4 squared equals to whatever this is, the 64. So obviously root of 64 is going to be 8. So question 20. This question has 3 ways to solve it, as far as I know. The 2 ways I just showed you on the calculator, and the way I did on the PDF. Okay, in the given figure, ABCD is the right trapezium, where BCD, ABCD are right angles. Okay, so all of this is a right angle, and all of this is a right angle. So straight away, I can know, since this is 60 and that right angle is 90 degrees, this is going to be 30. And I can know that this is, again, this is 40 because 90 minus 50 is 40. Now, this entire angle here, so we can draw a circle here, and this circle is going to be 360 degrees. So 105 plus x plus, I'll call this angle z, plus z plus, y is too big to fit in this, I'll call it a, plus a is equal to 360 degrees. Okay, so for z we can find it easily. Z 70, so this is 71. To get z equals 180 minus 40 plus 30. Z equals 180 minus 70. Z is 110. So now you find A. A is 180 minus 35 plus 50. Which صراحة I'm not gonna write again, so I'm just gonna do it on a calculator for مرة. So 180 minus, again أكيد in bracket 35 plus 50. 95. A is 95. So, no, oh my god. Okay, so I need to go. Just go here. What's this? Oh, this one's the one I didn't answer. Okay. Where am I? Here. Okay. A was 95. So 110 plus 95 plus 105 plus x equals to 360. Okay, so we're gonna do this on a calculator now. 110 plus 105 plus 95 plus x equals to 360. Shift calc equals 50. Okay, خلاص, there we go. This is ratios. I don't know. People said this was hard. بصراحة, I don't know why. I think because they thought these two triangles face the same way. لا, because this triangle is also 90 degrees here. This is the hypotenuse then. But the hypotenuse for this one, this here is the hypotenuse. But the hypotenuse for the other triangle, choose a different color, is this one. So يعني your ratios, if you're using them as this, you're taking them as the same faces, you're gonna get different answers. So, what I did, I split up the triangle, which means that you actually get to find their faces. So, now you can do the ratios properly. So this is 3, this is, we'll do the right angle here. So 4 over 8, because the hypotenuse is equal to 3 over 4 plus x. Cross multiply like I did here. Again, this cancels to 1 over 2. صح, this cancels to 1 over 2. 4 plus x multiplied by 1 is equal to 3 times 2. 4 plus x is equal to 6. That's much clearer here. 4x plus x is equal to 6. Take 4 to the other side. X is equal to 2. Okay. Question 21. 21 is done. 22. What's the value of x? Okay. This, there's a rule in geo, if it's a tangent and the secant that meet exterior. By the way, the rest of the question, they all they meet in an exterior point. They're all the same property. 8 multiplied by 24. Or no, sorry, not 8 multiplied by 24. 8 multiplied by the exterior part of the secant. So this part is equal multiplied by the total secant, the total measure. 24 plus 8 is 32. Is equal to the tangent squared. They gave us the tangent to be x. So x squared. 8 times 32 on a calculator. 8 times 32. 256. So x squared is equal to 256. Which makes x equal to 16. Okay, question 23. Also similar property. So let me go here. Let's say what ZP. ZP is 18. ZR is 4. ZX is 12. They want this. We'll call it X. Okay. Similar property. 4 multiplied by 8, except there's a difference. 4 multiplied by the whole thing. Multiplied by the whole thing, which is PZ. Or ZP is equal to 18. Why am I stuttering a lot? Is equal to X. I'm just gonna go to the copybook. It's too long. X multiplied, or it's already there. I don't need to write it down. X multiplied by 12. Actually, معلش. X multiplied by 12. المشكلة now you can't see. So خلاص back here. X multiplied by 12. Okay. So this multiplied by the total is equal to this multiplied by the exterior part multiplied by the total part is equal to the other exterior part multiplied by the other total part. So 4 times 18. I'm just gonna do it on a calculator. 72 equals to 12x. Divide by 12. X equals to 6. Okay, that's question 23. And again, the others are similar properties. DE, this is tangent and a secant. So 8 multiplied by 8 plus x, because the exterior multiplied by the total. The total isn't 8x, the total is 8 plus x. Is equal to 12 squared, which is 144. So 64 plus 8x, because you distributed, equals to 144. 144 minus 64. 8x is equal to 80. X equals to 10. equals 10. We're done there. 25. How many questions are there? 26. Okay, not a problem. يلا. Literally what I just said. بس I'm gonna go to the copybook لأنه I don't want to write it all again. Where am I? Yeah, 11 multiplied by 11 plus x is equal to 10 times 22. هي 22 صح 12 plus 10. Yeah, okay. So 11, do you distribute it? 11 here and here. 121 plus 11x is equal to 220 because 10 times 22. And 11x, you take the 121 to the other side. 11x equals 99. X equals 9. Okay, so x is 9. That's our answer. Same properties. So, God, hell keeps calling me. Where am I? Yeah, I'm here. I'm not here. Where am I? I don't write it down today. So 36, 9x equals to 36. X equals to 36 over 9, which is 4. And that's your final answer. That's the end of the quiz. Good luck, guys. Yalla, bye bye. Just end OBS.